Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Adilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Shri Vidyam Jagatam Dhatrim Sargasthitilayeshwarim Namami Lalitam Nitya Mahatriprasundarim. On the occasion of India 2.0, rebooting to Meta Era, India Ideas Conclave, I submit to the divine soul of His Holiness Jagadguru Padma Bhushan Dr. Sri Bal Gangadhar Nath Swami Ji, today's chief guest, Union Railway Minister and IT Minister, Ashwin Ji, and all the divine dignitaries who are present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to be present on the inaugural session of India Ideas Conclave. After global pandemic, this for the first time we have been attending to one such international conference. There is a statement in Kannada, Muttirudindu Martyavanondu Durdaiva Mrityu Keke Aki Kuniyutalihudu Suttippudu Talayenu Anudinavu Lokada Varte Yatta Kadegidakella Mankutima. Continuously for 2 years, we have witnessed pandemic and we suffered. Because of the right decisions, successfully we have come out helping each other. Thanks to the government and the people of our country, those who have contributed and those who have rendered their service to the needy through hospitals and to the organizations. At this point of time, we are here to discuss and share the ideas. As is known to, ideas will rule the world. Only when we have sublime ideas, then only those ideas can be realized. Particularly, we are living in such a country, not just now in the change era. Since time immemorial, we have been sharing our ideas and we are in a condition to accept great sublime thoughts. Rigveda says, Ano Badraha Kratavo Yentu Vishwataha. Not that just we are confined with our own ideas, we are ready to accept good ideas and realized ideas for the realization of the good in the world. 6,000 years ago, if our minds were in such a evolved condition, what about now? We are in conditions such. The one who has conducted a great survey, Will Durant it seems, he says that India is the cradle of human civilization. India is the birthplace of the human speech. India is the mother of science and the mathematics, grandmother of arts, and great-grandmother of the legacy. With all these greats to our credit, now we are opening up to the new modern era. This science and technology certainly is not new to our culture and to our tradition. Our ancestors, as the science realized masters, did know of all these things. Knowing the limitation of all these things, they had kept aside. But we have entered into such a society, into such an era. Without that, respect is not going to be there. Knowing that now we have started accepting the modern technology and the science along with the spirituality also. While accepting this science and technology, are we in a condition to balance both spirituality and the science and the technology? Long ago, well before the advent of the quantum physics, Albert Einstein has mentioned this. I can't imagine the day when all our scientific innovations and the technological applications are going to take away human interactions. If everything is going to be done by our machines and the technology, what is the necessity of human being? Not that we should not have science and technology. Science has bestowed everything the best. At the same time, if we can be able to understand the necessity of the human consciousness, then only human presence is going to be respected. Albert Einstein again, he says, greatest tragedy of the day is that man has succeeded in splitting an atom before acquiring the wisdom of uniting the human hearts. Unless we teach that technology, that spiritual science, if we start accepting this modern science and the technology, where is the end? It is quite glad to see and listen that our Honorable Minister yesterday at IIT Chennai inaugurated and launched practically 5G technology, 5th generation technology. It is good. But in our country, in our culture, whenever we say that 5G, immediately we are in remembrance of 5 koshas, 5 seats: physical seat, mental seat, vital seat, intellectual seat, and the seat of blissfulness. Along with accepting and adventing these many technologies, if we are able to go dive in deep into our own self also, because as is known to everybody, when I say myself, I am encircled with 3 bodies and 5 seats: grass body, subtle body, and causal body. But as we go towards the external world, don't you think that we are going away from ourselves? Knowing everything of the world, if I am ignorant about myself, what's the use of accepting all these things? True, our science and technology has bestowed the best possible comforts and needs to us. It is good. As far as the physical entity is concerned, we should accept and we should carry on with that one. At the same time, the very purpose of coming into this world, as our science, our spirituality says, is to know about myself. Gautam Buddha, as is Siddhartha, having been taught and having known everything, he was not very much satisfied. As a prince, till the age of 29, he went on reflecting and pondering over the things what all he learned. Eventually realized, the thing what I have understood is not going to give the inner essence for which I have taken birth. As a result, he quit and went away from the palace, became greater Bhagavan Buddha. Rutherford, who gave atomic model, he was with the philosophy of something. At the age of 66, something must have happened to him. He makes the statement, in search of truth of my life, I ended with protons and neutrons and electrons which have no life at all. To realize that, it took almost 66 years. He was under the impression that this materialistic world was everything. But at the age of 66, when he realized that these many things are nothing. Somewhere along the line, my life has run out through my fingers, he says, but at this age, I have been trying to retrace the path of my life. Accepting the science and technology. At the same time, if we can balance both inner and outer, then this science and technology innovations is really going to do very good. Today we have been living in such a society, artificial intelligence in presence. We have been teaching the machines, machine learning is there, database, cloud computing, these many things are there. It is good to accept. At the same time, we have to teach our children and our youngsters, our people, our generation to go in deep into ourselves also. If we can be able to find one such technology wherein without any effort one can go into oneself to find his own consciousness, then we can appreciate technology. They may come. I don't deny it. Albert Einstein says, from its deepest existence, nature manifests herself through beautiful mathematical formulas, wonderful physical laws, enchanting biological creation. In Gita, Lord Krishna says, Mayadhyakshena prakrutihi suyate sacharacharam hetu nanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. What are the things our ancestors and our rishis and our lords had propagated, same thing is being realized in modern era through science and technology. It is because of the Albert Einstein mentioned again, whole world must be grateful to Indians. Why? Is it because of the spirituality? Not just because of that. He says, whole world must be grateful to Indians because they taught us how to count. Means that, according to him, it is India which has taught science and mathematics to the world, without which no worthwhile scientific discoveries could have been taken place. He maintains the statement, I have made Indian Bhagavad Gita, because Albert Einstein was a theoretical physicist. He says, I have made Indian Bhagavad Gita a source of inspiration to form all my scientific theories. When we look in this perspective, all the theories which were envisaged and which were realized by our ancestors are being realized practically in modern society in the means of science and the technology. Today, we have been inaugurating 7 such conclave, which has been happening at Bangalore. Particularly, for next 2-3 days, many things are going to be discussed. Through all those deliberations, which, as a fulcrum, some essence is going to come to increase the essence of our science and technology, to understand oneself at the level of the consciousness that is going to be appreciated. At this point of time, appreciating the effort which is made known this kind of technology and the aspiration to meet the global requirements, those we have conducted, I appreciate. And welcoming our Honorable Minister to our hometown Bangalore and wishing all the best for the conclave, I conclude my words. Jai Shri Gurudev.